backfield set to get us started. And we are underway from Miami. Fields this way up at the 17. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Running the counter with Mostert. And he is going to lose yardage here. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Bridgewater to throw it. He'll get that one complete to Connor. He's at the 30, 10, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Well, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or two today. And I was like, oh, a zinger or two? I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
So they went for 2 and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead. Takes it at the 7. Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10. Right at the 30. Now a play fake. Lance. And that'll be incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There's a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage. And that throw had no shot.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged, at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Bridgewater on 1st down. He'll get this into the hands of Mostert. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Here's Mostert. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Bridgewater. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. To throw, Bridgewater. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Fourth down, they're going. Bridgewater. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The fourth down pass from the 5 falls incomplete, and this 49er defense stands tall down near the goal line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
2nd down and goal. Lance rolling to his left. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Trey Lance
taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Niners are an extra point away now from moving out in front.
Robbie Gould on for the extra point. It's up and good, so they go the conservative route instead, and it gets them a 7-6 lead here in the opening quarter. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Fields this way up at the 17.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time, but you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence, not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
And now the throw here is incomplete, and with that, we come to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, a one-point game, 7-6. Bridgewater to throw for it on 4th. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Fred Warner.
And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep. Second and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That second down play nets a -4. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Here's Lance to throw it. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. This is McCaffrey on the give. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown.
Christian McCaffrey.
A 6-yard touchdown run. And they're able to add on to their advantage.
Lance going to try to throw for this.
And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
This one taken just inside the 10.
Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe you give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 43.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Bridgewater. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 43. First down, Bridgewater. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill, 43 yards. And the Dolphins have got it back to within a score. Charles, there aren't really any slow receivers, but there's fast and then really fast. He's really fast, and he showed off the afterburners there.
And that he is, because when he took off, I was thinking there is no chance that he can actually reach him with that pass. Yet he did, and he's still sprinting. And just think about what that does for everyone else on his team, because his ability to stretch a field opens things up for the rest of the receivers on the team.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And trouble there on the kickoff as that goes out of bounds.
Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a...
And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, 58 yards. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. They'll look to throw. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us. Because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone. Could potentially tie this game up. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
On 2nd and 10, Bridgewater. Gonna look deep for Wilson. All right, rifles one, and that's gonna be intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And the Niners force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one, and they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception, tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On 2nd and very short, Lance got a man. That's Ayuk. And some room to maneuver. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. An excellent gain, 35 yards. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
Here we go. Here we go. Hey, pull through.
On play action, Lance steps away. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
But that was actually throwing game 101 right there. You challenge double coverage like that, you're liable to get burned. Fortunate, that was just incomplete.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Lance flush to his right.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 53. The kick by Gold is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. Fields this way up at the 17.
That's a tremendous start to the third quarter. These guys had their foot on the gas the entire first half. They continue to keep the accelerator down.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep. Second down and 8. To throw, it's Lance. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards the pickup there.
Let's go.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory down at the 33. They'll run with McCaffrey. And able to get this to the 31.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
129 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take it in short, steady bursts.
3rd down. Here's McCaffrey. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Christian McCaffrey with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Niners take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Gold with the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at that.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be marked out at about the 26-yard line. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one. And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
3rd quarter from Miami. This is 2nd and 10. Bridgewater again. This is caught. And he's brought down. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. first and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Ahmed.
And he is going to lose yardage here. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on second and goal? And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line.
A 3-yard loss on the play.
Third and goal for Bridgewater. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
I know we saw the pass and the completion and obviously the resulting loss of yardage. To me, that play broke down with the blocking on it, because if you're going to try and swing it that far outside, that blocking's got to hold up to give your guy a chance.
And the defense, they weren't fooled at all.
No, not at all. Boy, were they aggressive on that one.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete.
Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. And he'll start by handing this off to McCaffrey.
And some space here. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
186 yards rushing for him now in the afternoon as he continues to put a hurt on this defense.
They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming out.
He's got a man complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Only took them 3 plays, and they're already in the red zone, just like that. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.